Hello everyone. Today I will try to explain the solution which we achieved after discussion with my team members. So before starting, I want to say when between our team we started to discuss how we can achieve goal to synchronize our production DBs with some another third-party application, we started to think and find ways how we can do this free, firstly. Second one, with much more secure way. And the third part is it must be automated where Git or any repository, it doesn't matter. So if someone will ask second time to configure this to communicate with first party application too, we don't need to go to any place. The flow is like this. Just I will not explain code files right now, just look at the topology. Just think about that. We have a SSH jumping server with public IP address. In front of it, some firewall. In backend, we have database. It doesn't matter, any of database which works in private IP address, and user, in our case, myself user, cannot communicate with private IP address of the database, and do that we can communicate over SSH jumping server with a firewall. But to achieve secure way, we start to think if we will implement Git, we must write dynamic code files, which, let me switch code files. So our topology like as this, I will switch to the code files. I will not go in deep. We have folder SSH users, we have folder firewall, and we have circle CI. I will try to a little bit explain. So it is image Terraform, of course, it doesn't matter. Any image you can use. The important part is it was Alpine and I just added a SSH pass a component which I use in my host. It's going to iterate code files to synchronize to the remote place and then add users and add public IP address. I'm trying to explain. So in README files which I wrote, user must only define variable name and surname with right value, which after that it will go to generate under home folder.sh / id_rsa.pub and id_rsa private key, of course. And in README, I mentioned to all users why it will work, because we have users with Windows at the same time Linux or Mac. In case of Linux, Mac, they have by default terminal, and in case of Windows, we all use git bash and do that. The same commands will work in any place. And I wrote, after generation of the public key, user going to repository to check out new branch and create great pull request, and inside of this pull request must be present some public key which generated by commands which I defined there. So if they will put this prod or stage text, it doesn't matter. My code files works maximum dynamically. It's going to inject public IP address, of course, with environment type 2. It is Circle CI itself IP addresses, because without it, Circle CI cannot communicate to remote SSH server via SSH, because agent itself needs access to upload all code files and execute it, iterate there one by one. But a most important part, I want to say, when user will put public key here, the last line, it is variable name and surname from code files. You will see and find it from there, which will be injected to remote server to create user from this description. And under this user home folder will be created .sh folder, and inside of this authorized key file, and this key will be inserted to this file too. Public IP address, as I said before, will be injected to firewall to give an access to client. So right now, in my case, if I will switch to remote server, we can see right now looker last line inside of etc password in remote SSH server. Due to the security reason, I cannot show all this stuff, and I'm going to read only last line etc password. We see we have only looker user, and my script is going to be executed. Actually, it is simple script which I will show. It's going to iterate 2000 times each 1 second. It's going to check server. Server comes with a like as a first argument. If a port is open, it's going to say port is open. If not, of course, it's saying not. So my code file right now will inform us I cannot connect to remote server, but in another monitor I have created pull request. I will click only confirm squash and merge button, and after that circle CI will be triggered because our CI written so if pull request will be merged to master, then trigger happens. It will not take a long time. Right now I see the first step it's going to upload files. It is uploaded. Right now it's going to create users. We will see it must not be rock webs. Can you see? User changed. And it must to say us after some time I can connect. Yeah, can you see the port is open and we can connect. So after that we can use any of ID, it doesn't matter. In our company mostly we use free application debugger, but in case of third-party application we must collect, like as in case of Circle CI, put them to public list, at the same time public key to prod or stage txt file, depends on environment. It will go to create public username from public key, at the same time inject public key inside of user home folder and authorized case file. And just think about one point, big point. The source of the synchronization is code files. If you will go to delete IP address from there, of course it will be synchronized to remote. If you will go to delete public key from there, of course user will be deleted, public IP address will be cleaned from there too. So source of the synchronization is files. But one point I want to say, when you define the public IP address, you definitely must define bit range, because I'm going to parse inside of codes, you will see bit range, because to write more dynamic code files, we maybe sometime we will need to add some bit range of any subnet range, and do that the code file will look to the slash after slash 2. So that's it actually. I hope it will be useful.